Welcome into the Saints Insider Podcast. Today is Thursday, August 28th. Zach Ewing here with Jeff Duncan, Matthew Paris, and Rod Walker. Yes, we are in a new location. We moved our studio just temporarily downtown to the CBD. We are at our Times-Picayune office on St. Charles. Just some equipment moving around and stuff. We'll be back in the normal studio next week. But we had to get a show in before the holiday weekend. It is one of my favorite shows of the year. It is our bold prediction show, where I had each of these guys come up with a couple of, really bold predictions. Nothing mundane like, the Saints will throw for 20 touchdown passes or something. Like we've got to go beyond that. We got to go a little spicier.
You don't think that would be bold?
And that might be. That might be a bad example, right? the Saints will throw for 10 touchdown passes. So then what we'll do after we give the predictions is just do a quick grade. Is that mild, medium, or spicy? And we'll see who can come up with the spiciest take. Last year, Rod, you took the cake. You had Chase Young, 15-plus sacks. What did he come up with, guys? 5.5?
5.5, I believe.
Did he? Must have got hurt or something. That's what happened.
He played every game.
Missed most of the season.
But we do give Rod credit for going out on a limb, and we'll see if he has something similar for us this year. So that's going to be our show today. We do want to let you know that Saints Insider is sponsored by Bank Plus. From small business to big business, home loans to bank anywhere technology, Bank Plus is here for New Orleans. New deposit customers can reach out today to learn about incredible rate specials. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And before we get started, guys, quick note just on some of the Saints moves they've made since we had the show on Tuesday with the 53-man roster and everything. They did make 2 waiver claims yesterday, Matt. They pick up Xavier Truss, offensive lineman from Denver, and then Trey Palmer, wide receiver from Tampa Bay, who I think a lot of Saints fans probably know that name.
Yeah, because he went to LSU or started his career at LSU,
and he also plays well against the Saints. So.
Right, that too. Another 6-foot speedster. Any chance you gotta add that to the mix, you have to do it. So, hey, they like their skill sets. The swing tackle, I think, is a little bit more important. They also traded for Asim Richards the other day, and so it's just like trying to fortify that offensive line. As a result of the moves, they only have 2 tight ends on the roster, but they're going to elevate probably Jack Stoll or Trayton Welsh, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I thought the Trey Palmer I thought that was a good claim. Maybe because we've watched him play against the Saints, and he's been very productive, and you can see the athleticism. But you're right, Matt. He is kind of a duplicate part in a lot of ways. But I think he might get a shot at returns, and that's something that we talked about. Maybe they want to find maybe a better version of Dante Pettis. I don't know, someone that can take some of the load off of Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, go ahead, Rod.
No, I was going to say, you look at about 2 weeks ago, the receiver room was kind of questionable. We just talked about Olave and Rashid, and we were wondering who the third guy was going to be. Now they've picked up 2 receivers since then, and Devon Vele and Trey Palmer. So I think they've gotten better and got some depth at receiver now. So the concerns that we had about Rashid and Olave's injury history, it's, at least you feel like you got some guys behind them now.
Yeah, and I think it's possible they're not done. We obviously still have another week. Like you mentioned, Matt, they've only got 2 tight ends on the roster. They can do practice squad elevations and that sort of thing to make sure you have a third on game day. But I don't know. This still feels like they are very much tinkering.
Yeah, they are, but that's what this time of the year is for. No one's initial there's a reason we use the word initial for initial 53-man roster. Teams are doing all sorts of tweaking this time of year.
Rod, real quick, you were not on Tuesday's show. We had some technical issues. So did you have any overarching thoughts about the 53-man roster or the cuts the Saints did make?
Not really. I think they ended up bringing Jake Haener back to the practice squad, but that was one of those moves that, before the thing, I was like, I wasn't sure if he was, going to have a spot. So that one didn't surprise me as much. And obviously Isaiah Foskey is one that we all kind of saw coming just because of how things have been for him over his first 2 years and training camp. So not really any big surprises for me.
Yeah, it's the way it's constructed right now, they have only the 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks, but they have 10 offensive linemen on the active roster. So obviously an emphasis on finding the right depth there. Okay, with that said, we're going to roll into bold predictions. Luke Johnson is not here, but he did send in one bold prediction, and I'll let you guys grade this one. This is that Julian Blackmon will make the Pro Bowl. A late signee. He didn't sign till the first day of camp, or maybe second day of camp, and that he will make the Pro Bowl. He's obviously looked very good. But what do you guys think? Is that mild, medium, spicy?
I'll go medium. I think it's a good take. Like I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's earth-shattering, so I don't gonna reserve spicy for those. But medium for the creativity, I would say.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go medium on that one too. I do think I think he's gonna have a good year, and I've kind of talked about how I think the secondary has been upgraded this year, and I think he's a big reason why. And I think he's gonna have a good season. I don't know if he'll be. Did he say All Pro or Pro Bowl?
He said Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Pro
Okay.
Bowl. If he said All Pro, we might have to upgrade that. That you might feel a little spicy on your tongue from that. Then, I got to look at NFC safeties. I'm trying to think who typically makes the Pro Bowl. Who is he up against here? But he's the type of guy, Dunk, who he'll get interceptions, and that will count in these sort of discussions.
Yeah, I mean, Luke always has a man crush, and I think Blackmon is that man crush. Clearly, he's going to fall in love with somebody, and Blackmon fits the bill. I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't remember him being a Pro Bowler in the Colts, so maybe this scheme will elevate him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely looked good. So we'll see what happens there. So we start with Luke. Now you guys get to give your bold predictions. And so we got to have a little defense here, a little presentation of the bold takes. Jeff, you're up first. What you got?
Well, I think the first one really isn't that bold. I can start off by saying it's kind of mild, I think, but I think Tyler Shuck will eventually replace Spencer Rattler as the starting quarterback, and I'm saying week 6. That seems a little early, maybe. Listening to Kellen Moore, he seems like he wants to stand by Rattler and not have a quick trigger on pulling him. But I just think the way this schedule plays out, the Saints are going to struggle early, and I think it might be difficult for either starting quarterback early on to be successful, and I could see Shuck getting a chance to maybe right the ship earlier than maybe we thought.
Yeah, I agree that's mild, but it would make sense if, let's say, they lose to the Giants. Oh, you can't even beat the Giants. What are we doing here? Let's see what they have. Like that, week 6 is kind of a more interesting one than week 5. I went even earlier though. I went week 3.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was one of Matt's bold picks. That's spicy.
You think about that 49ers pass rush, teeing off on Spencer Rattler, Jonathan Gannon being able to do all sorts of things defensively, and I could just see a scenario where Rattler struggles out the gate. They're 0-2. I know Seattle isn't necessarily the best ideal game for Tyler Shuck to start, but at the same time, it's coaches can say all they want about, oh, we're going to be patient, we're going to let this thing play out. It's a lot harder to do it once you're into the middle of the action and things look a little bleak, if they do look bleak. So I went a little earlier just for maybe the contrarian.
Well, let me just say his is definitely spicy.
Week 3.
Yeah, for me, Matt's is super spicy.
I would have considered that my
and I'm
medium.
putting Jeff's a little, what was under mile?
He said 6. Yeah, mild or medium. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put medium on Jeff's.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
which one's the lower?
Mild would be the lowest.
I'm putting mild on
Yeah,
Jeff's.
I think Jeff's is mild. Like I think week 5 is sort of the natural landing point. Like we've talked about that. These first 4 games are so tough. Then you get the Giants at home. It's a soft landing spot. But I agree, week 6 is interesting because if they do, there probably will be. The Saints come home 0-4, and you're like, okay, we'll give Rattler one more chance against the Giants, one of the weakest teams on their schedule. Then you lose that one. Now he's 0-11 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Like, you're right, week 6 could also be the spot where they go, enough's enough, it's time for Shuck. Are you guys including injury in your possibilities? When you say week 3, are you saying
I meant it more for performance.
maybe Rattler gets hurt? I mean, that could
I'm not
definitely
going to bank on a guy's injury to try and
I don't want to throw that mojo in there. Yeah.
All right. I mean, it is a possibility, but it's you're saying he is so bad the first 2 weeks that week 3. Tyler Shuck's first starting.
I don't even know if he's so bad. I just think it's like the offense is just not productive, and they want to see what they have in Shuck.
I'll tell you one reason that's really spicy though. To make your rookie QB have his first 2 starts in Seattle, one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, against Mike McDaniel's high-pressure D, and then at Buffalo. It was like, that would be...
Maybe throw Hainer in there for week 4. I don't know.
That would be the rough landing spot. Oh, my God.
Really spicy.
20-point spread. Okay, Jeff, you did have another one that I think was quite a bit tastier here. What is your other bold prediction?
I think, and this is for all the fantasy football owners out there, I think Kendre Miller is going to lead this team in rushing. I'm saying that not as an indictment on Alvin Kamara. I'm saying that because of what I've seen from Kendre Miller
I need a drink of water.
this camp. I think he's poised to have a breakout year. And look, at some point, AK's got to drop off. I keep predicting it.
I was
It
going
doesn't
to say, you've
happen.
been saying that for 2
But
years.
it inevitably it does. And really, frankly, we haven't really seen much of Kamara in camp. I mean, in camp, he's obviously practiced every day, but in preseason. But I do think that's a young man's position. And inevitably, you see, look at the Saints' backups. They went young because they know that's an explosive position. And I like what I've seen from Kendre Miller. And pick him up in your draft.
That's spicy, right, Rod?
Yeah, I was actually trying to look up what a certain wing spot has above spicy. I can't remember.
Blazing?
Blazing. That's blazing there. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's like, what's the name of the show where
You got
they
to
have
sign the waiver.
They got to try the hot sauce on the wings while the guy interviews them or whatever.
In Nashville, man, the hot chicken.
Yeah.
that's blazing for sure.
I mean, like, again, not trying to project injury, but that's certainly a possibility. If that happens, Kendre Miller probably leads this team in rushing, although I got to say Kendre Miller's probably more likely to get hurt than Alvin Kamara.
I think I would go the other way with that. I think it's more likely that Alvin Kamara ends up with the Saquon Barkley workload of like 300 carries because just
they have
gonna
nobody
run.
else.
Yeah, they have no one else. They're gonna run him into the ground. And Kendre Miller, I mean, he had a nice camp. It's weird. Kendre Miller looks like a really explosive running back, and I think he has those qualities. But then you look at the final stats, and it's like,
Exactly.
like 4 yards, like 3.5 yards a carry, great.
It
Like,
shows you how low the bar's got.
right, like I think he has potential. I'm not knocking, like he actually really impressed me this training camp, but I just need to see it a little bit more before. But I like the take.
Yeah.
What about, and I'm just throwing this out there, Kendre Miller does not finish in the top 2 in rushing on this team. How spicy is that?
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy. Yeah, I mean, Taysom Hill would need to come back relatively soon, and like
Spencer Rattler, man. Spencer Rattler runs for 500.
Right.
oh,
No, Spencer
Yeah.
Rattler definitely could.
Spencer
I don't
Rattler-
think that's spicy at all. I mean, I think
could
that's
Spencer Rattler be their leading
think
rusher?
You were just saying Kendry's going to lead the team, and now me saying he's not in the top 2 is not spicy?
no. I don't think it's that
Oh,
spicy
all right.
because
I
I,
mean,
think
Rattler's
like
gonna
he could
play-
get hurt. You know.
Rattle would have to play 17 games for that to happen, though, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
That's the. I mean,
probably.
you at least have to play 12 or
Yeah.
13
Did you
or
see
something.
Devin
yeah.
Neal against the Broncos? Did you not watch Devin Neal?
I did watch him. It was not memorable.
Just saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I mean, look, I think it's obvious that Alvin Kamara is the lead back here, but it happens a lot in this league where we see guys drop off, especially when they reach 30, and a young guy takes over. It happens all the time.
I find it exceedingly strange that they had Alvin Kamara dress out for that Broncos game and then put him in there for one play, and it was just a play fake, and then he. What is the point of that?
They didn't want them to go through the pregame, warm up.
Okay, but then why you can do that and then just not play?
We should have done that with Jeff. His column should have just been one sentence.
Yeah.
And then just get him out there ready to go.
We got to save him for the regular season. We got to save
full
him.
of that.
Save those keyboard fingers. Okay, Matt, you had a couple of others. Your first, as we already mentioned, was that Tyler Shuck replaces Spencer Rattler by week 3. Going over to the defensive side of the ball, you had a different guy in mind for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, Justin Reed. I consider this one pretty mild. I mean, I think people do recognize him as like a top, like a upper tier safety. I think if maybe one, he might not perform as well just like to gain Pro Bowl recognition, but I'm going to be optimistic. I think he's going to be. My question is, if the Saints are so bad, do they give him still the Pro Bowl nod? That's maybe holding my back. But he's looked really good, and I think him and Julian Blackman complement each other really well. Reed is your classic box safety. Blackman is your deep end post kind of guy. And that wasn't necessarily the case with Tyrann Mathieu and Reed. Tyrann Mathieu was maybe more, even though he played on the back end under Dennis Allen, I think his best career arc was when he was playing more in the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, being that disruptor, and now they just have a little bit more balance.
Yeah, and I like that because I do think the safeties in this scheme are highlighted, and I think they're both going to have a lot of opportunities. I think he's going to kind of, mix them up how they uses them. So I could definitely see one of those guys having a breakout year.
Rod, is that mild, medium, or spicy?
Whatever I gave for Julian Blackman, I'm giving the same thing.
Medium.
I think they're
Yeah, I think that's
about the same. Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, he's never been to the Pro Bowl, so I think just from that perspective, to say he would make it his first year, back home in Louisiana, is probably at least medium. So I like that one. Your third one, which was your self-proclaimed spicy take, also goes back to the quarterbacks, and that is that there will be yet another quarterback decision coming for the New Orleans Saints in 2026.
Yes, yeah, it's not just spicy enough to say that the Saints will be in the quarterback market next year. Okay, yeah, sure. They're going to have to choose between Arch Manning and Garrett Nussmeier.
So you're saying number one pick?
Number one pick, or maybe the Clemson quarterback is the number
Klubnik.
one, and they have to.
Number two.
Number two, like I think they'll be right in that range where both of those guys will be there. They'll have to choose between franchise legend's grandson or offensive coordinator's son, and that's also I like the drama of that, so I'm going to stick with it.
That'll be
predict
incredible.
it happens.
If that happens, it'll be incredible.
Jeff's already formulating columns in this.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine?
I don't think it'll be a hard decision, man. I mean, I know they're both good, and I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
if you pass on Arch Manning in this city, like just move
people have
the
been
team somewhere.
Yeah, people have been talking about Arch Manning coming here for like 5 years already.
Yeah.
So
But what if Nussmeier balls out the way Jaden Daniels and like he's so good?
Yeah.
Well-
Joe Burrow break out, they win the national title, and he's a Heisman. Then
That's
It
It
makes
just depends on
spicy.
how good Arch Manning.
we're gonna do our college football picks at the end of this show just for a
but
couple
I'm with
minutes.
Rod on that. I'm with Rod. I mean, you
Right,
can't
as
pass
of
on
right
Arch.
now, Arch is the guy now. But you're right. Like Arch Manning started 2 games in his college career. Like he may just not be as good, or he may not even be ready to come out of the draft. We don't know yet. Nussmeier's more of a known quantity. So,
Yep.
all right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I've got some bold predictions. Rod Walker's got some bold predictions. We're going to roll along on this, one of my favorite shows of the year on the Saints Insider.
Banking has come to a crossroads. Do you want to bank with an actual bank, with actual people? One that you can walk into. Or drive through, get real help from a real person. Or do you want a bank that lives inside your phone? A digital bank that gives you control of your money anywhere, anytime. Well, why not both? Bank Plus, a partner in your corner, wherever that may be.
Did they ask you to do the commercial too?
Yeah, but they just gave me one line.
Bet like a Caesar. Like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna tell them how Caesar's Sportsbook is just so easy to use that you can watch and bet thousands of sports events, even some NFL games.
They'll probably show us betting on our favourite players and teams at all the Vegas hotspots too.
Like, we have time for that montage.
I told him I couldn't do it.
They couldn't afford me.
Welcome back to the Saints Insider. Glad you're joining us on our Bold Predictions show. You can subscribe to the Saints at NOLA.com YouTube channel to catch all the Saints Insider episodes, also practice videos, interviews, all that kind of stuff going up year-round on that channel. So be sure you subscribe, and while you're there, hit the thumbs up for us, sign up for notifications. We'll be back next week after Labor Day with the post-game show. After it, I mean, it's Labor Day weekend. It's also Hurricane Katrina 20th anniversary weekend. It's notable things going on in this city. I don't know how much there is to dwell on that, but Jeff, you're writing something on Katrina, and I know the last preseason game sort of always makes you think about that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's relevant right now. I mean, Sean Payton talked about it the other day after the preseason game. We talked to Drew Brees when he visited recently. I think there's a lot of nostalgia for those days, especially immediately after the storm. And I have to say, I agree with Sean's take the other day. Speaking of bold takes, he said he thought the 2006 season, in hindsight, was more important than actually the Super Bowl year, and I kind of agree with him. I felt like the way the city was going at that time, they needed something to grasp onto, and that football team was symbolic of a lot of things that went beyond football. And looking back on it, it was so needed. And there's some similarities in what Kellen Moore's doing this year, coming in, taking over a team that's been down. And I can see him trying to build up the optimism, and he's a glass 3/4 full guy, right? But his challenge, I think, in some ways might be even more difficult than what Sean faced in 2006, and he doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback to hang his hat on.
Sure. Okay, so we're going to continue with our bold predictions, but obviously remembering, that anniversary and the significance of it to this city and to this franchise. So, all right, I'm going to go next. I got a couple of bold predictions, and one of them is that by the end of the year, the Saints are starting 3 rookies on defense.
So Sanker,
Broughton, and then either
Stutzman
gets in there or Quincy Riley gets in there. I mean, it could be 4, but I'm gonna 4 would be too spicy. I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go mild on that.
All right.
Yeah,
If the season's going bad, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if that happens.
They may have done that last year. Come to think of it, when you look back.
Wait a second here. We got two Pro Bowl predictions for the safeties. Now you got one getting replaced by a rookie. How's that going to happen?
Could be. I didn't make the Pro
Whose
Bowl
bold predictions are going wrong here?
Yeah, I mean, so that's why they're bold, man. Okay, you guys didn't like that one. I'll go with this one. I'm a gambler. Everybody knows I'm a gambler, so I had to go gambling. The Saints will finish with a winning record against the spread.
That's a good one.
that is a good one. They're only favored in one of their games.
They're only
right?
favored in one game. They are. I don't have all the lines in front of me. There's a few spreads that are kind of, like within a field goal, but there's also, Cardinals are now 6.5-point favorites right out of the chute. 49ers, I think, are 7. Seahawks 7. Bills are like 13. You go to Tampa's favored by more than 5 in both home and away. Even Carolina's favored here, but I'm going to go Saints. They keep it close in enough games to where they at least make the bettors happy.
I like the creativeness of it, and I think that would be a really good reflection of Kellen Moore's coaching. Like, if that does happen, that's wow, we've got a coach, and
Right.
That's really, I think, buying into what Kellen Moore could do, and I like that.
I think Saints fans would go for that too. I think they want to see just an incremental improvement and see a better coached product on the field.
Just be competitive, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about.
And I think, we all kind of think the defense is probably going to have to carry this team. And if they do, that might could happen, but I think it's a good take. And I agree with Matt. If they do that, then the franchise is going in the right direction for sure.
All right. When I was thinking about this show originally, like at the beginning of the month, I thought that my bold prediction would be that the Saints only have one Pro Bowler, and it's Blake Grupe. But I kind of backed off on that one for a couple of reasons. And one is that I actually do think there's a couple of other guys who could get the nod.
Kendra Miller.
The safeties. Eric McCoy obviously could go back. I mean, you see a few, if Olave or Shaheed stays healthy for the whole season, could they rack up enough yards to be a Pro Bowler? I do think Grupe will make it, but I backed off on that for that reason, and also because as we transition into Rod Walker's bold predictions, you kind of beat me to the punch on that one.
Yeah, I actually did a special teams, offense and defense, and my special teams one was that Blake Grupe would have did I say Pro Bowl? Yeah,
You said Pro Bowl,
yeah.
which I think is mild.
No, Pro Bowl.
I think it's pretty mild.
Yeah.
I would go.
Wow, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, I would
he's
go
gonna be
medium. I mean, arguably the NFL's best kickers in the NFC with Brandon Aubrey from the Cowboys, right? Like that.
I just think Blake's going to get a lot of opportunities to kick. I think the team's going to have a lot of drives that stall out, and he's been really consistent throughout the training camp. He missed one kick the entire training camp, didn't miss any in the preseason games, and I just think he's going to get a lot of chances to kick. I think this team's going to have a lot of games where they score 6, 9, and 12 points because of groupie field goals. So I just don't think he's going to miss a lot of them. So that's my special teams.
I like it. Do they never pick 2 kickers for a Pro Bowl roster? I don't
think so.
I don't know why they would, but I can't remember. Grupe is not just making everything. I don't see practice as often as you guys do. Everything's splitting the uprights, and it's got 5 yards to spare or more.
Yeah.
It's like he'll never miss. It's like he can't even come close to missing right now.
Yeah, the only time he missed was in the rain.
Right. It rained for like 3 minutes during his 3 kicks, and he missed one of those. But outside of that, he hadn't missed anything.
Saints have any rain games this year? I guess they got a few late in the year. Nashville.
Seattle always.
Buffalo could be.
Yeah, you never know with Buffalo.
Tampa always seems like it rains.
Miami in November, that could rain. So yeah, they got.
And
some
also
rain
we
games.
have to consider that Rattler's history of the red zone's not been good, so he's going to get a million opportunities, maybe.
All right.
The first 3 games, and then Rattler's going to be replaced according to
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking mild because I also think the same thing, that he's looked that good, but I like that one. All right, I'm going to ask you to go to your offensive one. I like your last two, Rod, but I'm going to ask you to go to the offensive one next.
Okay.
We got to have the grand finale.
My offense was Devon Vele is going to lead the team in receptions.
Oh.
There's no level of spiciness on that one.
No,
Your tongue is burning.
I would be shocked.
No,
yeah.
Not receiving yards.
No, not yards, receptions.
Yeah.
Receptions. I still think Rashid and Olave will have more receiving yards than him. Probably. I just think he's going to be a guy they're going to go to often. We thought it would be Juwan, but I think they brought him in for this reason, and I think he'll have not a Michael Thomas, not that many catches, but I think they'll go to him a lot, and I think his ability to catch everything that comes close to him, I think it's going to pay off, and I think it's going to be beneficial to this team. So,
I mean, he did play only, 7 games last year, and he caught quite a few balls in Denver.
was it 40-something?
It was like 43 receptions for
40
475 yards, I think. 47, yeah.
He's like a poor man's Colston, so I could see that.
But you're still saying super spicy here.
Yeah, because I think you got, two guys that should catch. We just sat and talked about how Rashid Shaheed was maybe the most impressive guy they had all camp. So, he seems like that's a guy that Spencer is dialed in with.
And Chris Olave too.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way that this offense is structured, you could just check the ball down a million times a game.
I was going to say, I think if you had to set a favorite to lead the team in receptions, it's probably AK.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to see that a lot. But I do like that one.
So AK is going to lead them in receptions, and Kendra's going to lead them.
Kendra's going to lead
Yeah.
them in rushing. Okay.
I think we're both going to be right.
The fact of the matter is that all of these will not come true. It's almost impossible for that to happen. But
I don't think it's going to be like a big difference. I don't think he's going to have 80 catches and Rashid has 50. I think it'll be close, but I think he'll edge him out.
that's interesting.
I like the creativity.
No,
I'll tell you what. If it's week 16 and it's close, I'm going to be rooting for your pick.
Yeah. Speaking of creativity.
Yeah, or not. Our last bold prediction. Take it away, Rod.
Y'all already know what
you
this
went.
is,
Yeah,
right?
you went back to the well.
So when I was doing it, though, I was going to say 12 sacks for Chase Young, but I figured y'all wouldn't think.
I would have booed you off the stage.
I would have got booed, so I just went back to 15. I didn't go up to 8. I didn't go up to 18 or 20, but I did go back. I went back to 15. I do think he's gonna have a better year. I know that's 9.5 more sacks than last year, but
Right.
I just think this is gonna really be a good year for him.
I mean, he's just got. You mentioned it earlier, man. He's got to turn the pressure into sacks. That's what this is about.
I think I don't agree with 15 because I just don't think he's that type of impact player. But his career high is 7.5. I like him to set the over of that, just about like 8 or 9, not double digits.
That wouldn't
but
be spicy enough.
Yeah, that would be
It's not
medium.
spicy enough.
Career high would be medium,
that'd be
but yeah.
good,
This,
But I think just what we've seen, I think it was kind of really telling that like a lot of people around Chase Young have said that he's like matured a lot more, and I think, and even talking to him last year, he seems a little bit more self-aware, which was not his strongest suit in Washington, and I just think he kind of realizes like what he needs to do to take that leap, and so I just don't know if he'll get to that upper tier of pass rushers, but I do like him to have a career year for him.
My concern with Chase Young is that usually when you have a double-digit sack player, there's another guy with him. I mean, like it's almost impossible to have one, because if I'm playing the Saints, I'm going to take him out of the game. I'm going to double team him every time. I mean, who else is going to beat you? Like,
Alontae Taylor?
Anderson? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And Brzee led the league in sacks.
yeah,
or
led
led
would be the guy.
the Saints,
probably.
but
yeah, I mean, I'll
gotta
live
him.
with that if I'm playing the Saints. I mean, Chase Young is the dude. So I think that's my concern, is that teams are going to focus on him, and that make it difficult for him. I remember going back in the day, 2000 Saints, when they led the league in sacks, set the team record. They had Joe Johnson, Norman Hand, Leroy Glover, and Darren Howard. They all had double-digit sacks. I think you couldn't focus on one, and so they were all able to eat. And I don't know if that's going to be the case for Chase.
How many sacks does Cam Jordan finish with? Over or under 2.5?
He still plays hard.
He had 4
He'll
last
get those hustle sacks.
yeah, I'll go over, and all 3 or 4 of them will come like after week 13.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, no, that's what he does.
Spicy.
He comes.
Yeah, 'cause last year
like
they
last
came-
year
they
he
came
like
late,
cleaned
yeah.
up. I mean, maybe they'll just hire Todd Grantham back and then fire him again so he plays better.
I forgot one of my bold predictions, if I can go back just for a minute, because this relates to your guys' talking about Shuck. My bold prediction is that Tyler Shuck gets Offensive Rookie of the Year votes.
What?
Not that he wins it, but that he gets votes.
Was that on the docket? or
No,
did you just
no,
throw
I
that
just,
out there?
well, I thought about it earlier and then forgot
were
to
you
mention it.
drinking on the way down here?
What are the odds on that? Because I know you put some.
What's in the
Just,
water
I'm not
bottle?
saying he's going to win it. I'm just saying he gets votes.
What are the odds on him right now? They
What's
must
that
be
you-
astronomical.
He's like 30 to 1 to win it, or 35 to 1 to win it.
That's all?
Yeah.
That's
He's
wasted
behind
money.
several other players, but yeah, I mean, any quarterback who gets in as a rookie is going to have a chance. I mean, like obviously
I think
Cam Ward's
Ashton
going to start the
Genty
whole
is going to
season.
be the offensive rookie.
Ashton Genty is the favorite. Cam Ward, I think, is second favorite. He's going to play the whole year. Jackson Dart looks pretty good, although he's not starting the year either. And he has more in his way to get into the starting position than Shuck does. But I think Shuck gets in, plays enough, and plays. It doesn't have to be anything phenomenal. But like Bo Nix was, I think, the runner-up in the Offensive Rookie of the Year voting last year, and he was not very good for the first half of the season.
Do you vote for like one player, or you vote for like your top three?
You vote
or
for
do you-
3, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So
three.
all I'm saying is that somebody's got to have him third.
Are you
have
on
a-
the?
do you
Are
have
you
a vote?
voting?
I don't have a vote.
Yeah, we want to make
No,
sure.
I'm not rigging this. I'm not rigging
We
this.
want to make sure you're not going to cook the books there. Number 3, Tyler Shuck. He got votes.
That mop-up duty in Week 14 was key to the Saints 5-12 season. Okay, those are our bold predictions. What was the boldest take up here? What gets the spiciest? I think it's got to be Kendry leading the team.
Yeah, I
rushing.
mean that's.
Really? I don't think so.
Wow.
that's
we make a
almost,
Clancy's- we make a
that's almost
Clancy's- another
blasphemous
Clancy's
against
bet
Alvin
on that?
Kamara, man.
Over Vele
Oh, if.
leading the receptions.
Vele leading in receptions is pretty good,
Uh,
and the Saints having a top 2 pick is
I don't know if that
definitely less than 50-50, but
I think whoever wins with their boldest take, the group has to take that person to Clancy's. The group
you
goes.
mean whichever one actually comes true?
Yeah, that person gets to go as a group dinner, and they don't have to pay. Everybody
I
else.
like that.
Oh, I like that.
I like that. Oh, actually, Matt's boldest one was probably that Shuck goes in by Week 3. That's
I thought
probably.
the
that's bold.
Nussmeyer
Yeah, that
was pretty
one,
bold.
the Nussmeyer Manning one was, but you guys.
So what's the boldest for each? Luke only gave us one.
What was Luke's again?
It was that Julian Blackmon would
Okay,
make
okay.
the Pro Bowl, but he's not here. He only gave us one. Rod's boldest has got to be Chase. I don't know if Vele's
let's
pretty.
go with Vele.
You get credit for either of those, okay? If either one of those happen, you got free Clancy's. I've got probably Tyler Shuck. Roy
Rookie
votes.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
my spiciest. Your spiciest is that Week 3 or earlier. Shuck goes in, and yours is Kendry Miller leads the team in rushing.
Yeah.
So that we each
That's
got
the
one.
stakes.
Okay, I like it. All right, before we go, college football season starts tonight. This is not a college football show. We don't even. I mean, we follow it, some of us, but we're not experts. I do the LSU show, so I kind of play an expert for the LSU Insider podcast. But I thought it'd be some fun. We'll just talk about our national championship picks. Luke Johnson went with Texas. Jeff?
Oh, he picked Texas a year after saying that the SEC was going to eat him up. Don't you remember
Right,
that?
I remember that.
He
picked Texas,
He
yeah.
was a classic SEC homer. LSU guy going, wait till Texas gets in the SEC. They won't be able to handle the physicality.
I guess he just likes Arch that much.
Yeah, I guess Texas couldn't handle
Well,
it.
you stole my pick, but go ahead. Steal
Oh
my
yeah,
thunder.
I'm going with Alabama. I know it's a little bit of a surprise, but I think they're going to have a big bounce back year. I think Kellen Moore is a very good coach, and if you look at the early, 2026 drafts, Alabama's got a lot of dudes up there, like a lot of first, second day pick guys, which is not surprising. It's Alabama, but they've got to get through the tough SEC.
And what's Louisville's final record this year?
I think they're going to be about 9-3, 8-4. They're going to be a little bit down, I think. They're
9-3
missing
is
Tyler
down?
Shuck, the Offensive Rookie of the Year. They got to replace him.
I didn't say he was going to win it. If he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, then I get 2 Clancy's.
The Louisville does have, I think, maybe the best set of running backs in the country. They have a great running back named Isaac Brown. Watch him.
And a good
Kendry Miller
receiver.
the other.
And receiver from Rod's hometown, Yazoo City, Mississippi, Chris Bell, who's going to be a second, third round pick.
All right. Matt, how's DePaul going? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What's your national championship pick?
I'm going Ohio State.
All right. Ohio State repeats.
Yes.
Whoa, that's kind of bold.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like it. I like it. They are
quarterback?
preseason number 2.
Saying.
Julian Sayin.
Okay.
5-star kid.
They're going to lose
A lot
their
of
first
Dragon
game.
Ball Z
They're going to be
puns on that
0-1,
guy.
buddy. They're going to be 0-1 after Saturday with Arch.
Well, then they're going to beat Texas in the final.
They're gonna. It's going to be
Revenge.
full
It's gonna be
circle
running
moment.
back, yeah.
Come back and get them. I also went Alabama, but if I had to choose, and my thing on Alabama is they have the best offensive and defensive lines in the country. They have Ryan Williams at receiver. The only reason everyone isn't higher on them is because of the quarterback, Ty Simpson, who's new, but he's been in the program for 5 years. His numbers as a backup have been good. Kalen DeBoer has shown he can coach up quarterbacks. I just think that team's really good. I think people talk about Clemson being LSU's toughest game, and I think Alabama's actually their toughest game. I'm going Alabama on that, and I'll say 8-4 for Mizzou from my school. 9-3 is a possibility, but I'll say 8-4. They got a new quarterback too. Rod?
I'm going with Texas as well. They've gotten close the past 2 years. I just think they'll finally get over the hump this year. I talked to Kevin Banks yesterday about it, just kind of shooting the breeze with him. And he did say they have a lot of young players. I think it's 9 starters returning, but I just think Archer's going to really have a special year. If he lights it up against Ohio State tomorrow, like it's just going to be, the Arch madness is just going to be just incredible all season long. But yeah, I think they have a really favorable schedule. Making the playoffs shouldn't be a problem at all for them. Even if it was a 14 playoff, they could probably make it with the schedule they have. They go to Georgia.
They play Ohio State and Georgia, and outside of that,
they go to Florida too, which
Yeah.
But Georgia's like the only, other than Ohio State, Georgia's like the big game for them. So I'm picking them to win it all.
and how about your Bulldogs? How's Mississippi State going to do? A few more wins in the.
I'm gonna go 5-7.
Ooh,
They'll
all right.
win the 4 non-conference games. They didn't win an SEC game last year. They will win one this year. I don't know, maybe Arkansas or
Egg Bowl.
no, or Auburn, and that'll be it. So 5-7.
All right. Those are our college football picks, such as they are. I'm a little surprised nobody went Penn State. Penn State's kind of
I
a
consider
popular.
them.
No way. They got no
I don't
chance.
believe in James Franklin.
I'm not a believer in their quarterback.
Norman just texted me. He's saying Georgia. I can see that. That's another. I mean, is Gunnar Stockton good enough to win a national title? I guess maybe they'll just be so good everywhere else. And then if I had to go away from Alabama, I would go Notre Dame.
Yeah, I like Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame has the goods in Marcus Freeman, and they'll be really good too. All right, that is our show for today. We will be back next week, and it's game week next week. So we got NFL predictions to do, and then, of course, Saints-Cardinals predictions to do. So everybody enjoy the holiday weekend. Our producer today was Norman Bell. For Jeff Duncan, Matthew Paris, and Rod Walker, I am Zach Ewing. Thank you for watching the Saints Insider.